No intro, no fluff, just makeup. Let's do it. So just starting off with Universal from the Morphe 3502 Second Nature palette, just to lay down as my transition. I wanted to keep this pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty quick, because I tend to spend a ton of time on makeup. I usually have about 2 to 2.5 hours worth of footage that I have to break down and edit into a 15-minute long video. A lot of it is because I pretty much never shut my mouth. It just keeps running. So I wanted to keep this a pretty quick, easy tutorial. And again, I wanted to do something that was a little bit more like dude friendly, something that was definitely a bit more like masculine overall. I even kept my eyebrows a little bit lower on my face than I usually do them. And I just want to be able to edit this really quick. I wanted this look to be really easy for guys to follow. And I really wanted it to be easy for somebody that, you know, doesn't have a shit ton of time and can just get something on really, really quick. And this brush is so fluffy and soft, and these colors just kind of blend themselves out too. So this should be a pretty easy one for anybody to follow. Where did that zit come from right there in my eyebrow? Like that was not there 10 minutes ago. And then on a Morphe M433, just going into the shade Contour, just to darken the crease and blend that into that universal shade. But I am really, really liking all of the Morphe eyeshadows that I have. They're so pigmented, they're so blendable, they're so easy to work with, and I think that they would be really easy even for a beginner. So if you have like a teenage daughter or son or grandma who is like, you know, pretty new to makeup, and you know, you don't wanna spend a lot of money, and you want to make it kind of easy for them, these large Morphe palettes are really great. Now, this 3502 Second Nature palette doesn't have anything super, super light in it. If you want like a lighter color for like the brow bone or something to set your entire eyelid with a lighter color, there really isn't anything for that. But I don't know, overall, I just think that they're really good, really complete palettes. And again, they're easy to work with. They're very user-friendly, so. And I definitely recommend their brushes. They're so cheap. As far as Ulta's concerned though, they keep selling out really quick. Like the truck comes on Friday and those brushes are sold out by like Friday afternoon because everybody is in there like a maniac trying to get them all, which I'm guilty of. I did that a few weeks ago. I went in on a Friday. They hadn't even brought any of the brushes out. And I went in there and I was like, I need all of the Morphe brushes. And so they brought them out and I bought them all. Contour is a really great, like, pukey contour shade. It's great for the crease. It's great for kind of like, you know, beginning the smoke of your lower lash line there. So on that same brush, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Toast. I've really, really been liking this shade a lot. This is actually very similar to the look I was going for the other day in my subculture video, but this one is just happening so much faster. I mean, I love that palette and I think that it worked out really well, but at the same time, it took me so damn long to put that eye makeup on that I'm like, you know, I have very similar colors and much easier to work with formulas. So if you're somebody who is not trying to struggle and really wants to just get something similar and to get something very quick on and out the door, I would go more for the Morphe palettes. I had gotten a comment on a video, or maybe on my Instagram page a little while back, from a viewer saying that her husband wears makeup and she liked that they could watch my videos together. I think that there are definitely a lot of male makeup artists all over YouTube, but I feel like they all kind of tend to be the same. I don't know, I feel like if you're just kind of like a dude who wants to wear makeup, I think that, like, I feel like the look that I'm creating today is universally appealing to both men and women who would wear makeup. Does that make sense? And again, today is all about keeping it quick, basic, simple, easy. So now I'm gonna switch over to a Morphe M514 and I'm gonna dip into the shade Muddy. This one is super dark and super smoky. I think smoky is a really good word for this one. This one doesn't really have so much of the warmth that a lot of the rest of this palette has. This one is definitely just kind of like a dark burnt brown kind of color. Now again, I've been really loving the Morphe eyeshadow palette. I've been really liking a lot of affordable makeup lately. I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. That foundation for me is so close to what like the Studio Fix Fluid is. But at the same time, for me, I feel like the color match is a lot better. The drugstore shade range on foundations usually does tend to run a little bit more pink, which I think a lot of people don't really care for. But for me, I need a more pink tone foundation and they have pink enough shades for me. Now last week, I also picked up the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, which I had completely gone through my IT Cosmetics CC cream and I loved that stuff. I thought it was so great, but the IT Cosmetics CC cream has like a fucking garbage shade range. I can't really find a shade to match me because they just don't really have, something's gonna be too light, too dark, and all of it's too yellow. So I did go ahead and buy the Bye Bye foundation. I've watched a lot of review videos since I started using it where people were comparing it to the CC cream, and so many people were saying that it was the exact same thing and that they didn't see a difference, and I have to completely disagree with that. This one, it definitely sits on the skin different, and they did expand their shade range, so I feel like I do have a better match with the Bye Bye foundation than I did with the CC cream, but it's definitely a more light coverage. It's not as full coverage as a CC cream. It's definitely dewier, and by dewier, I mean like that stuff doesn't actually set itself. So if you're oily like I am, it's gonna be a little weird. Like you have to like not really mind becoming so oily later in the day, which I've kind of made peace with the fact that I am so oily and I don't really mind it as much because I feel like it's almost helping me to stay looking younger as I'm getting older. So I guess I don't really care about being oily so much anymore. I think for my normal day-to-day, when I have like a full beat face, I'm gonna go ahead and keep using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless or the Wet n Wild Photo Focus or even the MAC Studio Fix Foundation. One of those are definitely more appropriate for a full beat face. And then for days that I wanna have like a no makeup day, then definitely go ahead and use the Bye Bye foundation. And again, it is totally different. MAC Coffee on the waterline. I'm just gonna pop that in really quick. Or you could use like a lighter pencil on your waterline because a darker one is gonna kind of close your eyes off a little bit, and I don't mind that. I've definitely seen people do like a really dark dramatic smoky eye and then do like a brighter pop on their waterline just to keep their eyes nice and wide and open while at the same time having that real dark smoky effect. But I just feel like my eyes just pop and they're like so much brighter when I have darker on the inner rim there. And then on a Morphe E36, just a little bit more toast just to smoke that liner into the roots of the lashes. I don't want there to be any of those weird like gaps or bald spots between my actual lashes. Now, if you're a dude, you can probably just stop here. There's probably no need to go any further with this. But you know, since I'm kind of a lady, I'm gonna go just a little bit further with it. I'm gonna pop some shimmer on my inner corner there. But we're gonna kind of do that thing where it's like we highlight it, but it's also kind of like a darker highlight. It's not gonna be like real bright and real light. I'm gonna go in with the shade Sunkissed by Vanessa's Vanity. But first, I'm gonna pop just a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer right there on that inner corner. And on this little MAC pencil brush, I think it's a 219. I'm gonna dip right into Sunkissed here and then pop that right in there. And again, you can do this step or you can completely skip it, but Even when I'm doing an all matte look, I feel like I just need a little bit of shimmer right there in that inner corner. That's just me. And don't forget, I do have an affiliate code with Vanessa's Vanity. Use the code GLAMPUNK at checkout and you'll save yourself 15% on your entire order. The quality's great, the colors are great. Her shadows and her highlighters rival anything high end, and the prices are fucking ridiculous. And again, we're gonna keep this really simple, really basic, so I'm not gonna curl my lashes. I'm just gonna go in with this Superhero mascara from IT Cosmetics. This is a sample that I got, and I actually really like this mascara. I'm probably going to coat my real hair with this mascara too, because there's always hair hanging right in my face. And I am far enough away from the camera that I am not even sure if I'm doing a good job here today or not, but again, that's fine. Today we are going for more smoky and more masculine, so if it's a little bit messy and if it is a little bit not so perfect, then I think that is totally okay. And we are at 35 minutes. Now, it did take me like a good 45 minutes to get on my foundation and powder and contour and blush and my eyebrows and all that shit. But again, like, you know, apparently it takes me 2 hours to do my eye makeup on a normal day. And today it only took me 35. So I feel like I have accomplished something today. All right, now you guys out there, if you want to skip the highlighter, you can. But if you want to add it to it, do it. I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild loose highlighter here that I think is so fucking good. I love it. I think it's really good. I think this could work on cool skin tones. I think this could work on warm skin tones. I think this one is pretty much universally flattering. Now, I don't know that for sure because I've only actually used it on myself, but I'm assuming that this one would really work for anybody. And because I am a little bit of a lady, I'm gonna go in with Candy Box Lip Glass by MAC. I love this shade. And I'm glad that their formula didn't really change. Like, you remember when they reformulated this and they said it was gonna be different? I was so scared because I love lip gloss and I love the formula and I love that it's so sticky. I just feel like a stickier gloss stays on longer. And when it was re-released, I was really scared, but I'm a huge fan. I don't think they changed it. It might feel slightly slipperier, but it's still, I feel like, just as sticky. I think it still wears just as long. I'm still a huge, huge fan. I totally love it. And we are done. It's seriously 38 minutes. It usually, I'm not even kidding, I'm usually sitting here for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours filming. And I start to finish 38 minutes. I feel like I deserve a round of applause. I deserve something. That is the end of this tutorial. That is the end of this look. Guy-friendly, girl-friendly. So if you like this video and if you want to see this channel grow, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscription button down below. Be sure to tell all your friends about it so they know to watch, and I'll see you guys on the next one.